When last we left our intrepid adventurers, the parties in the bar known as Scalas, Ulysses and Seraph sit and listen to the entertainment while a bevy of serving women attend to them. Finn is waiting for his chance on the small stage. A couple of attendants are sitting with him. Australia finds herself alone since Akai left with a very wealthy-looking gentleman. Australia sits there for a while by herself, and she's about to get up when one of her father's men comes over to her. It turns out it's her half-brother, Samis. Despite the surroundings, he is focused on her. He gives a proper bow and asks her to follow him. He's taking her to see their father. They arrive in a small cottage. There are many of her father's fighting men who are called Do in the language of Sada Kaddish. She enters and she sees her father just finishing up some papers. He tells her to sit down and be comfortable. Rice wine is provided. Her and her father hold up their cups and turn to the small three-legged stool in the corner, which represents the Emperor of Sada Kaddish. They toast it, and then they drink. Her father, Isaiah the Red, is a minor general in the Emperor's army. He is terse and efficient. He gets directly to the matter. He says that Jekena Jun needs a bride if his claim to northern Deserata is to be strengthened. Isaiah says he will offer her up to the Jekena as a prospective bride. Before she can comment, he holds up his hand for quiet. He tells her that Juniko must be married under the Magadrillian rituals, and they say that the number of brides offered reflects on the suitor. Because of this, she will be offered. However, she will most likely not be picked, since she is only the daughter of a lower-ranked peace lord. He says that if she doesn't want to be part of this at all, he will keep her name out. However, this will look bad on their family. This makes sense to her. She understands the dilemma her father is in and nods acceptance. He smiles and thanks her for being a good daughter. This is a side of her father that she's never seen before. They chat for a while, and then she is led to the apartment that her and the rest of the party will be sharing. As she walks, she admits to herself that she's always been kind of sweet on Juniko. She goes inside and lays down to get some sleep. In the night, Seraph wakes up in a bed at Scala's. He does not remember the name of the Ta in bed with him. He touches her back, and she turns towards him as if asleep, but then he sees it's not a woman, but it's himself. Evil Seraph sits up and asks him when he's going to come over to the correct side. He says he would be better suited for them. He says it's only a matter of time before Seraph is forced to come over to their side. He also says that Testaria has much nicer scraps than the scraps he has to hunt for himself. Seraph asks, what is he talking about? The evil nightmare points to something under a bloody sheet in the corner. Seraph realizes it must be the woman he was sleeping with. He tells the creature that her murder was not of his doing. Evil Seraph smiles and tells him that he can continue with that claim while Juniko is putting the hangman's noose around his neck. Seraph reaches out to strangle the evil nightmare, but it disappears. He jumps out of bed and puts his clothing on, not looking at the bloody mess on the floor. Going downstairs, he runs into Lissa. She greets him and gives him a big kiss. She asks him, how was his night? And did he enjoy all of the free food and the attention he received? He thanks her heartily. She says that they should go back to the room and talk some business. He demurs and suggests the common room instead. They talk for a short while, and then Seraph heads back to their quarters. Seraph arrives just in time to hear about the audience that they have with Jacana Jun. Seraph considers escaping but resigns himself to Junico's justice.